Welcome to day 29 of Michael Keaton Month, where I'll be reviewing all the movies that Michael Keaton has appeared in. Today I'm going to be talking about Toy Story 3, the third and hopefully final movie in the Toy Story trilogy saga. And just an amazing story in my opinion. The first Toy Story movie, it's just a classic, an absolute classic, a pioneering movie, the first ever fully digitally animated feature-length film that came out in 1995. Was followed by a sequel, Toy Story 2, in 1999, and then this sequel that rounds off the trilogy was released in 2010, to be specific. Once I got IMDb up, the 18th of June 2010. This movie was critically acclaimed. It was nominated for and won the Oscar for Best Animated Film. It won the Oscar for Best Original Song, and it was even nominated for the Best Movie of the Year, period. Didn't win. But, you know, it joins the likes of Beauty and the Beast with being nominated as the best film of the year. Everyone loved it, and I didn't see it at first. I only saw it when it came out on Blu-ray, I think in 2011, maybe early 2012. And yeah, what a movie. But I sat down to watch this movie for this Michael Keaton Month, and I just couldn't get into it. I thought that it was really boring and slow. And, you know, it just didn't pop, you know. The animation was just kind of flat, and yeah, it's just like watching a whole other different movie. So what I decided to do was go out and watch the 3D version. Whoa! 3D! Ah! Well, it wasn't exactly like that. I just figured that I would watch the 3D version of the movie. Just to have a bit of a different perspective on the whole thing. And you know what? Once I put these glasses on, I didn't really see that much difference. I gotta be honest. We got a 3D TV. I thought I'd take advantage of it, but you know, I've never really loved 3D. But there were some cool shots that looked nice in 3D, but overall, didn't really add too much to the overall experience. And I can never say that has really happened to me ever. I would say that the best kind of 3D I've seen was Star Wars Episode 1 and Avatar. Even then, I didn't walk out thinking that really enhanced the movie. But, you know, I was joking about Toy Story there seeming boring the second time around. It was even better. The beginning of the movie is fantastic. We see this overblown fantasy that Andy has playing with the toys as a child, and this nostalgic look at him through the eyes of home movies. And then we see that he's grown up and he's forgotten about the toys, about Woody and Buzz and all the cast of characters that we've grown to love and know over the years. And for people of my age, I think it's particularly poignant because, you know, 1995, you were a kid back then, or, you know, people around my age were kids back then, loved Toy Story. I had the toy of Woody and Buzz, and I even remember putting them up in my attic bedroom at my dad's place, going downstairs and then quietly creeping up the stairs to see if they were real, you know? It was just a movie that captured kids' imaginations in such an awesome way, and it was just brilliant. And the second movie I didn't like as much. It's still a really good movie, but the third one just nails it, hits it out of the park, and is really kind of touching and almost heartbreaking in a way. You know, it's about growing up and letting go of your childhood and moving on, you know. And then particularly the beginning and ending of the movie, the two crowning achievements, I think, because they're really emotional, especially the ending. The ending is really it's tough, but it's life, you know. And you know, we see Andy give away the toys to a young girl who would kind of throughout the toys adventures throughout the film, Woody had been in this girl's house, and he shows them all, and he gives them the attention they deserve after kind of not really caring about them throughout the whole movie, and they feel hurt by this. You know, Andy's grown up and he's left them and he's not interested in them anymore. But then we find out that they've always been in his heart, and he's always cared about them, and he gives them attention and tells the little girl what each toy is about and what their character is like, and he says that they mean a lot to him. And then he notices that Woody is at the bottom of the box, which, you know, he kind of didn't want to let Woody go, you know. And the girl's like, "Oh, Woody," and he reluctantly gives Woody away, and then realizes it's the best thing to do, and the toys get what they really wanted, just one more play with Andy as he plays around with this little girl, and then he drives off, and Woody says, you know, thanks for that, something like thanks partner or something like that. And it's just, yeah, it's just perfect. And then the camera pans up, or, you know, the frame pans up to the sky, and the sky is the same cloud formation we saw in the beginning of the first movie on Andy's wallpaper. It is a perfect ending. They shouldn't do a fourth movie. They've done quite a few shorts, you know, shorts like 5 to 10 minutes, something like that, and that's great, you know, continue doing that. But I just don't know where they go with the fourth one without kind of ruining what they've done. Well, I wouldn't ruin it, but you know, there's no way they could top that. It was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You know, we get to see Sid. There's a sneak peek of Sid, what he's doing now as a bin man. As with every Pixar movie, there is a lot of visual kind of things that you can look at, and so much trivia, I'm sure. I'll just look at the trivia now on IMDb, and I'm sure that it's going to be endless. Yeah, absolutely endless. It was the first Pixar movie to be released in IMAX. That's all you're going to get. There's just so much going on. I do know that Lotso Hug and Bear was in the first movie very briefly. They wanted to do more of the character, but they couldn't get the fur right, so that's why he became a prominent part of this movie. And the main bulk of the movie, outside of the beginning and ending, which I just talked about in a really backwards kind of way, the story of the movie is that the toys, they end up going to this daycare center inadvertently, and there's lots of adventures to be had there, and it's not quite what it seems. You know, we've got new characters coming in, and Michael Keaton plays Ken of Ken and Barbie fame, and so he was really funny in the movie. I thought he was great, and the Ken's character in general was really funny, and of course he falls in love with Barbie, and hilarity ensues. It's just a really great movie. I'd say the middle part of the movie isn't as strong as the beginning and the ending, but it's a means to an end, and it's a fantastic end. There's a big sequence towards the end where they're almost all going to get killed in this massive kind of incinerator in a trash yard, and there's another emotional moment in there as well. But I'm just so impressed by how many bits of like trash and rubbish were used in those scenes. Just the amount of separate elements that are in that 3D kind of environment is just absolutely incredible. And I love the bit where the claw comes in at the end. You know, the three little aliens from Pizza Planet. That claw. It's just a great movie. Such a brilliant movie. Keaton's good in it, but all across the board, fantastic. Tom Hanks, Woody Allen. I believe the guy who did the voice of Slinky was replaced because he'd passed away, sadly. Yeah, he was voiced by Blake Clark in this movie. John Ratzenberger returns as Ham the pig. You know, Don Rickles, Mr. Potato Head, Joan Cusack as Jesse. Just a great cast, a great movie. Animation's fantastic, story's great. Randy Newman returns to do the music. You can't fault Toy Story 3. It's just a fantastic animated movie, and one with a real heart, I think. Movies like this, especially animated ones, don't come around often. It's almost a perfect movie. Absolutely fantastic, Toy Story 3. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, you know, it's terrific. One always forget, at least I do, always forget how effective these Pixar films are. You know, they're emotional. I mean, they're very, you know, they're moving. You know, it's very sweet. This movie really has nice moments. I mean, it's funny, but it's also very touching. Yeah, there's tons of adventure in it, and right at the end you go, you catch yourself, and you go, I'm a grown man, I'm actually worried about whether they're going to make it or not. You know, I'm really caught up in the story, which you know, says a lot for the storytelling ability of these guys, not just the animation, you know, not just the visual aspects of it, which always just knocks me out.
Your next thing, it couldn't be more different, which is one of the joys, I suppose, about being an actor, is Toy Story 3.
Right.
And you're the perfect man.
I am the perfect.
You're the perfect man in Toy Story 3. This is Ken. For people that don't know, this is him. This is Ken, the boyfriend of Barbie. Look.
Yeah.
How lovely.
Is this one of the ones they're going to use? Because
I'm not sure.
He has many outfits, Ken.
Yes, he does. I mean, this is actually obviously my own Ken.
Yeah. Oh well. Not obvious to me, but.
But so that's what you're going to be doing next with the voice, because you actually do quite a lot of voice work. I mean, I imagine that's great fun.
There, cars. You know, those guys from Pixar are really great.
Clever.
Yeah, they are. They're unbelievable. It took me a long time to even see a Pixar movie because I just when they started, you know, I didn't see The Incredibles. I think it had been out a year or something, and people kept talking about it. I thought, well, I'll kind of click on the TV and watch it. I couldn't stop watching it. They're so talented over there, and they're fun to do. Though they're fun to work with. John Lasseter is a friend, has become a friend of mine, and he's a really good guy.
No, it's good. It's
yeah.
Fun.
Or maybe I'm dead and life is a pig. It's the same thing as hell.